morning, everyone. How are you? So happy and glad to see all of these young people here today. And thanks, everyone, for changing your schedule. We're about to begin the J4P's Senator Cory McCray School Literacy Initiative. This is actually the 20th year that J4P has sponsored Black History Month program, and we're very proud of that, enormously proud of that, and so we welcome you. Coincidentally, this happens to also be the 100th anniversary of what is now Black History Month. This began. We're glad to see Tiger Davis is with us because this brother knows history, black, white, in between, as well and better than anyone. We appreciate, Tiger, that you're always with us, have been with us, it seems like all 20 years that we've been here. And there are others that we're going to introduce as we go along. And I see Dr. Martin. I cannot go forward without acknowledging one of the greatest of us, and I mean that sincerely. She and her husband started the Great Blacks in Wax, which is a national museum, and it's right here in our community. They were offered downtown Baltimore, and they said, we want to do it in the community, in the neighborhoods. And they came to the neighborhood, and just a blessing, Dr. Martin, that you've done so much and so well. We appreciate you. Dr. Joe Haskins, I've elevated you also, you probably do. But Joe Haskins, I'm going to let him introduce himself a little bit. But you know, Baltimore has had some of the strongest, most successful black business persons in the country. This goes back decades. Henry Parks was, at his time, the richest African American in the United States. And Reginald Lewis, a Dunbar graduate, was the first African American billionaire. And we can go on, and the success that has happened here in Baltimore has reverberated around the country. I'm looking at Bishop Carter. He's the richest black pastor. No. We've been good friends for most of our lives, so he allows me to tease him every now and then. Joe Haskins, Harbor Bank. You still current president or chair? Chairman. Harbor Bank, which is just a tremendous entity, not only locally but nationally. So Joe, I'll let you do the rest of your own introduction if you don't mind.
Thank you.
God bless. Come forward.
Well, good morning. Thank you, Carl. And I see so many friends and folks who have been a part of the pilgrimage of Harbor Bank. I have to acknowledge Tiger Davis as one of the senior citizens and one of the gentlemen that I just kind of joked when we were talking earlier. There was an outside sort of revolutionary advocate, and that was Tiger, but somebody had to be inside. And so that was sort of Joe Haskins. And why the banking? I got to acknowledge the fact that we got a senator in here that I'm very fond of. You'll know that he's a reader, and I love to talk with him because he'll make sure I'm reading things that I need to know about, and that I want to make sure he's reading things that I know about, and that way we all know a little bit more. So, Senator, great to see you. Pat Handel has just provided me with a gift that I'm so excited about because it's a description of North Avenue before, and Eric March and the March family is not here, but Eric and I had very early on in our life and experience, had decided that we wanted to build out, Dr. Martin, North Avenue, and our goal was to do Hilton to Milton. And so if you look at what we have done from the bank's perspective, where's Bishop Carter? We've been long with the bishop in financing. Bishop, thanks for being with us. And there are many others who are around. So by way of background, and I'll be brief, Carl, I know the purpose of this session. I'm one of the co-founders of the bank, and I'm delighted to tell you that we're now in our 44th year
Amen.
of operation. Thank you very much. And that means we've survived 3 different recessions, which is no small achievement and accomplishment. But how did we do that is because we focused on being the best at what we do. And that's what we have attempted to do. Before I finish, and I don't want to take too much time, this event was scheduled to be in the middle of Black History Month, but was rescheduled. However, my comments were going to be about an individual that I want you all to know about, because his death was during Black History Month, and that's Jesse Jackson. And if you don't know about Jesse Jackson, you should know about Jesse. I see a young man raising his hand, he knows about Jesse Jackson. Well, I see another hand or two, but I want you to know that Jesse was not just national, he was international, but I also want you to know he was local. And the reason I want you to know he was local, because of what he meant to Harbor Bank. So there was a savings and loan crisis that happened in the early 90s. Jesse Jackson was at that time the shadow senator in Washington, D.C. And so he had his office there, and you'll appreciate this, Senator, so that you'll keep this in mind when you go to Washington. So Pastor Jackson, his former treasurer, was the head of the bank in Philadelphia. I was the head of the bank in Baltimore. We saw an opportunity to grow our institutions, and we said, how do we move to the next level? We decided to call Jesse. Irma Chappelle, who ran the bank in Philadelphia, would catch the train at 8. She would call me, and I'd get the train at 9, and we would work out our strategy. And we would meet in Washington with the pastor, then the senator, Jesse Jackson. Jesse Jackson, when we arrived, said, "What can I do? How can I help you?" His whole office he turned over to us, said to all of his support staff, whatever they need, I want you to give them. He gave his attorney, he let us write the script, and he said, young man, I was young at that time, young man, what can I do to really make this a win for you guys big time? I said I needed to meet with the chairman of the FDIC because they controlled the banks. He arranged for that to happen. He said, he told his people, tell the chairman that he'll be meeting with Jesse Jackson. He said, but I'm not going. You guys will go, but you'll be in. And so we had a meeting and we worked out an arrangement. Now, why am I telling you this story? That meeting led to us doubling the size of the bank in less than 18 months. That's the significance of a Jesse Jackson. So, in my parting comments to you, because I know so much is around poetry and I love poetry, and I thought this one was appropriate. This is by one of the poets that I like a lot. And it goes like this. This is a stanza. Lives of great men reached and kept were not obtained by sudden flight, but they, while their companions slept, were toiling upward into the night. Henry Wordsworth Longfellow. In the spirit of Jesse Jackson, he would say to you, I am somebody. I am somebody. So I'd like all of you, just for a moment, to repeat with me, I am somebody.
Somebody.
I am somebody.
Somebody.
Keep hope alive. Thank you.
So East Baltimore is blessed with the best state senator in the United States. You thought I was going to stop at Maryland, didn't you? We don't play at East Baltimore. Our senator has just been tremendous. And we're a little behind time. I know he has to go to Annapolis this afternoon. So all of the great things I was going to say about you, I'm going to have to cut them short, if you don't mind. But the senator has been working with us, and he very much believes in young people and their education. And so when Pat Handel suggested this particular project, we were so proud that we were able to work with the senator to put together this project. And we want to give thanks to our teachers, our principals, our staff, and of course to the young people who have worked on this project, some for a couple of years. It's the second annual event that we're doing. But Senator Cory McCray, who's written a fabulous book, speaking of history, on apprenticeship and how much that meant in his life, and he may take a minute or two to speak to that if he cares to. But he is just a wonderful, and I can't praise him enough, but it's not false praise. I've known him since he was 30, but even my jokes are falling flat. But the senator has been great. He's been an enthusiastic supporter of young people and of education and schools, and so we're honored that we were able to name this the Senator Cory McCray School Literacy Initiative, and that he's continued to do such great work with it. Senator, thank you.
First, I just want to say I am so blessed, I'm humbled, I'm honored to be the senator for the 45th Legislative District. I wake up every day, Sabrina, and just think about what an honor it is. And I just say thank you each and every day for giving me the opportunity to be able to partner in doing so. See, Dr. Martin, when I look around this room, and it's very rare, it's a rare opportunity where you get to see so many of your mentors. And I'm going to get to my young people, but one of the things that I say to my young people is please be protective of your time. And when I get to see one of my mentors, I get excited. But imagine having so many in this room at this moment. And I think about, like, as I sat in that chair, I thought about, like, I got a mentor on finance. I got a mentor on history. I have a mentor on politics. I have so many people that teach me each and every day. And typically, what I would say, Dr. K, you know this, when your mentor reaches out and they say they want to sit down, you figure out how to make that time because they're pouring the best things that they have within you all. So I just say to each and every one of you all, Dr. Martin, Tiger Davis, Councilman Stokes, Mr. Haskins, Bishop, it's so many of you all, and I just say thank you because you could be doing anything. You could choose anybody, but you give me the opportunity. And sometimes it's not always words, but sometimes it's the example that you get the opportunity to be able to see each and every day, Mr. Bernard. So I just say thank you to each and everybody that's poured into me. Councilman Stokes, when I think about literacy, When I think about literacy and how we shift trajectory within our neighborhoods, we have to not only know our history, but we also have to make sure that we receive the education that is being poured into us. And I think about just my experiences when I was growing up. And I think about how so many of those K through 12 teachers tried their best to pour into me, Dr. Washington. And if I can, I like to start off with I think about my mom at this moment. And I think about, Tiger, how sometimes you don't know what you don't know. And I think about how my mom did not know that she was supposed to send her son to kindergarten. And I think about the first opportunities to get that K through 12 education would be in first grade. But I think about each and every teacher that poured into me. I think about each and every teacher like Miss Lyde, Miss Solomon, Miss McCoy, Miss Allen, Miss Lanier, that not only helped me, Sabrina, to be able to survive in the school system, but be able to thrive within my elementary experience. See, Dr. K, I think it's important to also recognize that each and every one of those educators are there, but they also have a fearless leader that they're working under. So I think about Miss Sarah Horsey, Principal Sarah Horsey at that time, that were leading those educators and making sure that each and every time we walked into that building, that we knew we were great. When I think about Hamilton, when I think about Lily Mae Carroll, when I think about Gardenville, Prince William Kobe, I think about each and every one of you all and what you all are doing for our young people. So I say thank you to every educator. I say thank you to every leader that's within that system that understands the larger puzzle and what we do to the greatest gifts that have been given to us on this earth, which is our young people. Ms. Pat, I think about J4P. And when I think about J4P, I think about Mr. and Mrs. Handel, I think about businesses and what we owe and the responsibilities that we have within our communities. And I think about each and every day how not only do you think about just the literacy because she loves the arts, but more importantly, she loves education, but I think about housing. I think about just how do we make sure that we pour into the spaces and the green spaces that, and as a complete puzzle. And each and every day, J4P is not only just holding it down as an anchor, but they're making sure that they pour back into the community. So I don't see her at this moment because she's always behind the scenes. But wherever she is, I just say thank you, Ms. Pat. Thank you to the J4P team, just for making sure that you do one of the things that I love, which is pouring back into our young people. And if I can, I'd like to speak about my young people. I think about my young people, and I told you about my experience at Rocknell Heights. And Dr. Martin, I can remember going to the Great Blacks and Wax Museum. I can remember seeing Hannibal at the front, and as a young person, just thinking oh my God. But I think about how much those educators did for me. And I think about so many of the numerous contests that I was able to participate in. And one that came to mind was things like the Race to Read, Black History Month, and how each and every time I was able to win from those different contests that our teachers, our educators, our principal was able to provide. It instilled something in me that made sure that I felt like I was great. Then I think about the businesses that complemented the school's call. I can remember having to stop, shop, and save right there in the complex. And on that wall, I would be able to see my picture as winning and being a high achiever in my respective school, and it made me feel great. But the question is, how do we plant and how do we pour into them at such an early experience? You see, it's not middle schools, it's not high schools, but we're thinking about our young people, those early adopters, the experiences that they are able to feel. Making sure that they are sharp, like my guy who knew W.E.B. Du Bois and the miseducation of the Negro. Those are the things that just bring joy to your heart. And I think about the city of Baltimore isn't always easy. The city of Baltimore, sometimes it's easy to fall off track. And let me be clear, I was one of those young men that fell off track. It's not that moment, Dr. Martin, when I think about not only am I an electrician, not only am I an entrepreneur, but like I said, I get the honor to be the state senator in a city that raised and poured so much into me and to be able to give so much back. So when I think about just how important you all are, Not only are we doing it from an aesthetic standpoint in the buildings that you think about, but more importantly, how can we raise, and this is the thing that I think about with that book. The book has been such a beautiful experience is because I'm questioning how can you provoke thought? How can you get our critical thinking skills going? How can you make sure that we're blowing the juices that's in our mind to make sure, Mr. Bernard, that we're elevating to our highest potential? So I won't belabor you, I won't keep up here, but I just want to say, thank you for each and everybody that made this moment. Things like this, Dr. K, do not happen by themselves. It happens when a group of people, committed individuals, collectively come together and, like I say, invest in the greatest things that we've been given. And I hope that somebody told our young people that you are great today. I hope that they spoke not just light, but spoke greatness into each and every one of you all. And if they have not told you, and if you have not heard it today, let me be the first to say that you are great. And we should consistently be saying it to that each and every one of you all today. Thank you again for such a deep respect for. Such a deep respect for. When I think about leaders like Reginald F. Lewis, we heard W.E.B. Du Bois, we heard Carter G. Woodson, Maggie Lena Walker, when you're talking about finance, this is a person that pours into me continuous. But one of the things is that she's not figured out how to pour into one of us. She's figured out how to make sure that we do it at scale for every time somebody that walks into the National Great Blacks and Wax Museum. That elevation, that critical thinking, that thought-provoking is happening because of the work of her and her husband, Dr. Elmer Martin. So Dr. Martin, if you can you share some words with our young people?
Good morning, and congratulations to all of our young people. You are great. I'm not the first one to say that to you, but I know I won't be the last one either. And so congratulations. Literacy is such an important word. And so the idea that this award, this whole program is about literacy. When we talk about literacy, the importance of learning to read and to write, but it's so much more. Senator McCray mentioned critical thinking. And that's such an important part of it, that you're not just looking at words on a page, but you're thinking about what someone has said, what they have written, what ideas they have advanced, and whether or not you agree with them. That's an important part of literacy. And when I look around this room, I think about being at Howard University, where my first encounter with literacy, meaning digital literacy, because there's all kind. We've been talking about financial literacy. And with digital literacy, the computer would have occupied, at Howard University, would have occupied all of this side of the room, one computer. I know you can't imagine that, because now we talk about computers the size of a cell phone and an iPhone. So you can't imagine that. And you had parts of the computer, all of them tied together. So the printing element, and they were punch cards. And you had all aspects of the computer, something that your generation, even Senator McCray's generation, can't even imagine probably. And he can imagine it just from reading about it, but not having experienced it. You had a black inventor named Mark Dean. And Mark Dean made the personal computer possible. And he worked with, I think it was Microsoft, developing it for Microsoft. But his name was Mark Dean. And therefore, the computers, still more, less advanced than where we are now, but the computer had peripheries, and you could plug in the modem and the printer and all of those things. So you no longer needed a room this size to hold the computer. Mark Dean. When you go back to school, you got your cell phones, you got all of the tools. learn about marketing. And I just gave you an example of the kind of literacy the museum deals with, and that's historical literacy. And you got it from a number of people when we talked about Carter G. Woodson and W.E.B. Du Bois and Carter G. Woodson. But historical literacy. And what I'm proud that Great Blacks and Wax is able to do, and what I want teachers to do, is to not just have you learn a list of words and dates, because historical literacy is so much more than that. We have a program and a video that we make available to teachers called Being Literate, Being Free. Being Literate, Being Free. And it's a tour that talks about how a Frederick Douglass saw literacy, the ability to read and write critically, as his path to freedom. Frederick Douglass would stand back while his slave mistress, that would be the person who owned him, would teach lessons to her young son. And Frederick Douglass would hide and listen, because that was his way of learning. That was his way of trying to become literate. He might not have figured out then that being literate would help him to find the path to freedom, but he did know that there was something special about being literate. And one day his mistress said, Frederick, you don't have to, he wasn't always Frederick Douglass, he had a number of other names, but you don't have to just stand there and listen. Come in and learn for us, and learn with us. And that was a criminal offense. His mistress could have gotten fined or jailed, and Frederick Douglass could have been killed for the act of learning to read and to write. I want you to see just how important this word literacy is. And so the notion of being literate, being free, in Frederick Douglass, looking at a Mary Elizabeth Bowser who became a spy for the Union Army because she became literate. Literacy is so important. You're being awarded and rewarded for it, and we know that from you, the best is yet to come. Congratulations.
I told y'all every time I get to share some moments with her, she drops some jewels. Just thank you, Dr. Martin, for being able to share, and all these young minds, these young thinkers get to see what I get to see on a continuous basis and be able to share moments with you. So thank you for pouring into them and pouring too. I'm sure some adults learned at this moment too.
Absolutely.
Tamika, at this time we are going to do a student performance, right? The young lady's name?
Kaylee Farmer.
Kaylee Farmer, y'all. Give her a round of applause for Kaylee Farmer.
Hi, my name is Kaylee Farmer. Today I'm going to be talking about Maya Angelou. I'm going to read 4 sentences from my writing. Maya Angelou wrote the inauguration poem for Bill Clinton in 1993. Maya earned a Grammy Award for Best Spoken Word Album as a result in 1994. Maya was one of the first African-American female member of the Directors Guild of America. Maya Angelou died at age 86. She died from a period of ill health. Angela died in 2014. At this time, she was working on another autobiography.
have a round of applause for Kaylee Brooks. Dr. Mark, when I see something like that taking place at this moment, that young lady has so much courage to come in front of all of us to be able to share those words, and that is not easy, y'all. So I just say thank you, Kaylee, for being able to show up. So Sabrina, who do we have at this moment?
Eloise.
Eloise.
Hi, I'm Eloise Jacko, and I'm going to read a little bit of my Black History project about Janet Mock. Janet Mock was a writer, producer, and activist. She has been in many magazines, interviews, and she had a speech at the Women's March on Washington. Janet has made 2 books and 1 talk. She is a very important piece of history. Janet Mock was born and mostly raised in Hawaii. Her African-American dad served in the military and was born in Texas. Her mom's family is Portuguese and native Hawaiian. Mock transitioned in high school when she took the name Janet after Janet Jackson. In Hawaii, the word mahu is used for people who are not male or female, also known as people who are non-binary. She was the first person in her family to go to college at the University of Hawaii and Manhono when she studied fashion, and in Moore College at the New York University and studied journalism and arts. She was born a boy, turned to girl, and is very important today.
All right, y'all, one more round of applause for Eloise and Kaylee. And at this time, I believe it's Principal Cobia, Guardville about to show up. Oh, I see Lily Mae Carroll, Dr. K. Lily Mae Carroll about to show up. What's your name, young lady?
Peyton Brooks.
Peyton Brooks. All right, y'all ready for Peyton Brooks?
My name is Peyton Brooks. I attend Lily Mae Carroll Jackson Charter School. This is my 3rd and last year as I'm an 8th grader. I'm going to tell you about the skills I learned in my resource classes that helped me demonstrate Black excellence. As a dancer that has danced for 2 years outside of school with dance instructor Morny K. Seaborn, I've learned a lot about the importance for our culture and the history of African American dance. I absolutely love to dance. In this trimester of school, Ms. Seaborn has taught us about Horton, Dunham, jazz, and ballet techniques of dance. One of the main principles of dance that we are always taught is to show emotion. Use body movement is one of the main things she always tells us. This skill applies to Black excellence because when you use body movement in dance, whether it connects to ballet or jazz or any types of techniques of dance, then it tells a story through the dance. When you show emotion, the audience can connect on a deeper level through our personal style of dance. In the dance piece that I learned with Miss Seaborn, This Is Me, it shows our own personality. Throughout the song, dancers were assigned different movements due to their personality. Me and Kamor run up to the front and jump into a split. This shows Black excellence because we are able to show ourselves throughout a song. Additionally, the physical standard for ballerinas is based on bodies of European descent, smaller and Caucasian girls, if you will. It's something special when us Black girls go out and dance, no matter if we are thin and small or have thicker builds. We show them that we are better than the standard. We will even show this internationally when Miss Seaborn brings a group of 9 girls, including me, to dance at Disneyland Paris this July. The visual art piece in Lily Mae is a space where, like dance, we can tell stories and our own experiences through different hues. Some of the skills that I learned to demonstrate Black excellence are self-expression and cultural expression. What I mean by that is when I paint and draw, I express my personality. When I showcase my artwork, I let my artwork tell its own story while reflecting me and my experiences. Culturally, the graffiti that we see downtown in the hood areas are from small unrecognized artists who paint art that helps us see their creativity. In the art class at Lily Mae, we learn about community artists in Baltimore that do little things in our community to show that just because we are young doesn't mean we can't make our art unheard. I demonstrate Black excellence in my community by using skills from my art class to show that it's a beautiful thing when you show your creativity, and we as African Americans are very creative. In the arts of theater in Lily Mae, similar to dance, we show emotion. The skills that we are taught in theater is to show as much emotion as possible. In Miss Shepard's words, be as dramatic as you want, but with limits. I'm acting as Mrs. Pugh and a background dancer in this school year's production, Annie. When I go to practices, even though I have a small role, I demonstrate Black excellence. The skills that help me demonstrate Black excellence are: try to put yourself in the character's shoes. As a young Black woman, I understand what it's like to try to fit into society. I understand the struggles of life from different perspectives. So when I act, I bring my best experiences and live in the character's life. I also demonstrate Black excellence through theater by showing what I can do as an African American girl in my community. By that, I mean when I go and perform Annie, I know that those that are younger than me are looking up and seeing what I can do. That means that they will go and be excellent in whatever art that they may do. The skills that I learned in theater are very helpful beyond the stages of our school. They help me make the best decisions. At first, I was really standoffish about theater because it was new to me. I didn't know what I was doing. I still attempted to do the best that I could do, and I passed with a 97 in her class. My final resource class is Chinese class with Mr. Odell. This class is the only language class that we have in our school. I took this class in my 7th grade year, and I took it for first trimester in my 8th grade year. I learned how to speak about me, my family, my pets, how I greet people, and my different hobbies. The skills that I learned in this class help me when I speak the languages are: speak slowly and clearly, treat others with respect, and more. I speak 4 languages, which are English, Spanish, Chinese, and I'm learning how to speak French. So it's quite amazing to know that Lily Mae is one of the few middle schools in Baltimore that send young African American women out into this world not knowing how to speak but 1 but 2 languages. That to me alone is Black excellence. I love the fact that I know 4 languages and I can use them to my extent to go out into this world and do great things. I'm a firm believer that knowledge is power and my greatest strength. In conclusion, I really love and appreciate the skills that Lily Mae has taught me. Black excellence is something that I value. So when I perform, I make sure I represent that. I speak into my self-esteem and remind myself that not only am I a young dancer, poet, and artist, I'm a divine young Black woman go out into this world, stepping into my purpose with determination and making history.
Come on, y'all. She walking in her greatness, ain't she? I may get in trouble for this, but what high school you thinking about?
I got into Western High School.
Okay, she said she a dub. She gonna be a dub, Tiger. All right, y'all. We have been blessed with 3 phenomenal young ladies, but at this moment, we get to get one more. Samira Saunders, if you can come on up.
Hello, I am Samira Saunders, and I am reading something about Billie Holiday. One of my favorite Baltimore heroes is a woman named Billie Holiday, nicknamed Lady Day. Although she was born in Philadelphia, she moved to Baltimore where she grew up. Despite her turbulent upbringing, she fell in love with many types of music. At 18, Billie was discovered by Mr. Heyman while singing at Harlem Speak Easy. He was impressed by her unique instrument-like vocal style. After that, she quickly rose to prominence and became the first African American woman to work with an all-white orchestra. Billie Holiday's most iconic song is "Strange Fruit," a haunting protest piece that became her signature work and powerful anthem for civil rights movement. Despite her short life, Billie created music that expressed strength, love, and joy. This is why I chose Billie Holiday as my Baltimore hero, because she never gave up and used her voice for good. She inspired to keep me pursuing my dreams to push through all of life turbulence.
All right, Bishop, they got me now. Bishop, they got me now. And I just say that because not only are they walking into their greatness, Samira, I just think about this is what it's supposed to look like. This is what community looks like. When, Mr. Bernard, we are celebrating our young people. They are moving their minds, they're speaking their history, but more importantly, we're ensuring that they get the confidence to be able to walk these streets and impact other lives. Bishop, I tell you that I feel it at this moment. Y'all, so I say thank you to Kaylee, I say thank you to Eloise, I say thank you to Peyton, and I say thank you to Samira for just leading. Leading for your generation, leading for your neighborhood, leading for your city, leading for your state, and I can't even imagine the wildest dreams that you will be able to accomplish. Y'all, at this moment is a time that we celebrate every young person at this time. We get the opportunity to celebrate all of our young people. I see them with the medals around their neck, they feeling good, walking with pride at this moment, but I'm going to bring up each school one at a time. I'm going to start with you, Principal Kobe. I believe I saw you in here. Okay, all right. And I'm going to start with Gardenville Elementary, if we can, so we can give the certificates and recognize these great young people that we have in this room at this moment.
Good morning, everyone. I would like to congratulate all of the honorees here today and the awardees, and it is absolutely my honor to represent Gardenville Elementary, and we're going to get started. So for kindergarten, the first place prize for first grade, is Ayomi Pocinales.
Can we take a picture? Can you hold it for me?
There you go.
Turn it around this way. We're going to pull it down so they can see your face. We're going to get you closer.
All right, guys, on 3, 2, 1. Perfect.
Congratulations, sir.
All right, guys. 3, 2, 1.
Yay, congratulations. And also in the first grade category for second place, we have Ariel Thorpe. Come on.
We're going to do this for you. Beautiful bow rats.
Congratulations. There you go. Thank you. Good job, sweetheart. We have Miss Jordan Boone. Come on, Jordan. So you're beautiful right there. Beautiful teeth. Congratulations, Jordan. And for the second grade category, in first place, we have Miss Valentina Kent. Thank you. Very nice. Congratulations, Valentina. And in second place for second grade, we have Angel De Leon Pineda with that jacket.
Right.
You know what to do. You know the drill.
You ready, buddy? He's been reading.
Good job. Good job. Congratulations, Angel.
Wait, get your medal.
1 minute. You didn't get a medal. I can't believe it.
Thank you. In the third grade category, we have first place for Ariana Thorpe.
They look so beautiful.
And also in third grade for second place, Miss Farida Adebayo. Congratulations. In fourth grade, for first place, we have Samira Saunders. It's okay, it's fine. Good job, good job. Congratulations. Fourth grade, second place, we have Miss Malaya Ross.
Congratulations.
Yep. Turn job, sweetie. Good job. And rounding out fourth grade for third place, we have David De Leon Pineda. Yes, David! Good job. Take your picture. That's okay. And so for fifth grade, in first place, we're gonna, in absentia, we're gonna applaud for Ryan Gaylord. She couldn't be here, but we wanna recognize her as well. And rounding out fifth grade, we have second place for Mayana Bennett. Yeah, that's right. Wait. Thank you, everyone. Good job. And those are our Gardenville scholars.
Come on, y'all, one more round of applause, As we celebrate the Gardenville Scholars, I just want to recognize Principal Ancobia, Ms. Brooks, that this does not happen with just the young people. It's the adults that also pour. So thank you for each and every one of them, and making sure that they have the opportunity to advocate for themselves. I love it. Y'all, at this time, we are going to bring up Lily Mae Carroll Jackson, Dr. Washington, Dr. K. I know y'all close by.
Good morning. We will begin with our 8th grade scholars. And our first place winner is the young lady you've already heard from this morning, Miss Peyton Brooks.
Yeah, girl.
Our second place scholar for 8th grade is Jordan Massey.
Perfect.
For our 7th grade class, our first place winner is Soraya Atkinson.
Congratulations.
Thank you.
Right here? Perfect.
Our second place scholar for 7th grade is Lauren Parker Robinson.
Congratulations.
Congratulations. Right here? Perfect.
And in third place, we had a tie. So the first of our 2 third place winners is Skylar Parker.
Congratulations.
Congratulations. Perfect.
Also tied for third place for 7th grade, Tashay McCarroll.
Congratulations.
Congratulations.
Perfect. All right. Thank you.
All right, y'all. Last but not least, we get the opportunity to make sure that we bring up Miss Sabrina Fitz and Miss Allison. In Hamilton Elementary Middle School, can we give them a round of applause?
Hi everyone, I'm Allison Viachorek. I'm the literacy coach at Hamilton, so me and Ms. Fitz will be passing out the awards. In 2nd grade, our first place winner is Jamie Kerr.
All right.
I need a better angle on that
Ready.
Our second place winner for 2nd grade is Ezzy Almajoy.
Congratulations.
And our third place winner for 2nd grade was Asa Ford Berger.
Show us your jewelry. Sir, right here, sir.
Upside down. Look right here. All right. Perfect.
And for third grade, our first place winner is Savannah Reynolds. Our second place winner for third grade is Precious Ojo. And our third place winner for third grade is Eloise Jacko.
Good job.
And now for our fourth grade winners. In first place for fourth grade was Caleb Love.
It's in his pocket. It's in his pocket. Yeah. It's right here, Caleb.
All right, on three. Perfect.
Our second place winner for fourth grade was Coltrane Maffey. And our third place winner for fourth grade was Kaylee Farmer.
All right, y'all. So first, I just want to say thank you. And can we get one round of applause to each and every participant? Jack, before I bring you up, I just want to say, it is so important as I watch these young people jump from them seats. Mr. Bernard, if you could see the confidence, the joy in their heart at this moment as their community is celebrating them for something that they worked very hard on. But more importantly, I want to just recognize once again all the adults, whether it's Miss Allison, Sabrina, Principal Icobia, Miss Brooks, Dr. Washington, Dr. K. Can we give them a round of applause for seeing this through? See, Mr. Bernard, it take the right partners. It take the right partners in reference to our schools to make sure that we lift up our young people. And these are the ones that stepped up to the challenge. These are the ones that committed to making sure that we see it through. And then once again, I saw a number of different parents in this room. And I just remind my young people that it takes a village. So I want to thank every mother, every father, every auntie, every uncle, every grandma, grandpa that helps get these young people across the finish line. Can we give every parent or village a round of applause? And I leave you with this. I try my best to spend time in these schools at least once or twice a week. It humbles me to be able to make sure that we understand why we do what we do. Before I was with y'all, I left Johnson Square over there with Principal O and the young people over there in Johnson Square. But if I have not told you, and if you did not believe that you heard it, once again, I just want to remind you to continue to walk into your greatness. That's right. And making sure that we speak life into you, speak your greatness into you. And like I said, I hope that you achieve your wildest dreams. Jack, if you can come up and just lift us up.
So we just wanted to thank everybody for joining us today in this really fun, really inspiring morning. I also wanted to take a couple of minutes to speak about J4P's founder, Peter Handel, who is honestly the only reason that we're all together today. As many of you know, we lost Peter this past year, and I'd like to celebrate him by just pointing out a few of the elements of today that I know Peter would have absolutely loved. First of all, he would have loved watching these really impressive young people present their work and their ideas. To the students, Peter was a man of ideas, and I can't tell you how much he would have appreciated and been impressed with what you shared with us today. He would have enjoyed seeing so many people from our community here on North Ave. and from the greater Baltimore area. This community, its people meant so much to Peter. And Peter honestly would have just reveled in getting the opportunity to catch up with old friends and make some new friends on a day like today. You know, life is just the choices that we make, and one of Peter's best and happiest choices was choosing Baltimore. Peter and Pat made a new home here, have made so many good friends, many of whom are here today. So thinking about you, Peter. So thank you to all of Peter's friends, our friends at J4P that are here today, both old and new. Especially to our students, thank you for your excellent work, and for those that came up, your willingness and courage to share it with us. We really appreciate it. A special thank you to Tamika Winkler, Senator McCray's incomparable chief of staff, who has made all of this possible. Thank you, Tamika. She's hiding in the back. And then, you know, thank you to all of our teachers who are always going above and beyond for you guys. We don't get to recognize them enough. So I'd like us just to pause and give teachers, staff, administrators that are here a really big round of applause. Thank you. Keep it up now.
I'm John Carrington, and of course I have here Mr. Peter Handel, who is the CEO for J4P Associates, and you're doing a wonderful job here. Now, you have a connection in New York also, correct?
Thank you, John. That's right. Yes, I do.
All right. Now, are you responsible for this region, or are you responsible for everything in J4P?
Everything in J4P, absolutely.
You are worthy.
All right. Right.
And we're celebrating Black History Month. And hopefully we'll capture enough of this event to share it with all of our viewers. And I want to, oh my goodness. Now, where do you want to go from here? What's going to happen after this? Is next month going to be another event, or are you focused on, where do you want to go from here?
J4P does 2 or 3 events a year, so that we will have another Black History Month next year. But where we really want to go is make an impact on the community. I mean, we're citizens of East Baltimore. East Baltimore has a lot of needs. East Baltimore has a lot of assets that can really be built on. And one of our missions as part of J4P is to have the public-private partnership that we are with the state and with the city to have a real tangible impact on the people here.
All right, public-private partnership. What can our viewers do to help J4P Associates?
One of the things, when I think of the people in the community, I think of a previous Black History Month event, and a man who lived across the street from here with his son came up to me after the event and said, "Thank you." And I said, "Well, you're welcome." And I thought he was saying thank you for the event, but he wasn't. What he was saying thank you for, because he explained it, was for the fact that we were here, that we owned the building, that we took such good care of it, that we had people coming and going, the security was there, the lighting, and the retail stores and such that have come. And he was talking about the impact that we had on his son. He was talking specifically about his son's life and the pride that he has in the community. And that really made me feel good. I mean, this is not necessarily something that I'd say that the community should be doing to make me feel good, but it really was it was a nice thing to see.